That was the second of 3 movies that John Wayne and Susan Hayward made together. Their first was actually Reap the Wild Wind, which we'll be showing here on TCM Thursday night. The third one together was Howard Hughes' lavish 1956 movie, The Conqueror. But right now, Scott Eyman is back to talk about this second movie made by Wayne and Hayward, The Fighting Seabees. Now, it was a shock to me when I saw this movie. I was a kid that John Wayne died in this movie. I mean, you never expected John Wayne to die. I think he died in one other movie and had never before that.
Yes.
But that was a shocker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But there was a war on.
Yeah. But John Wayne, you always expected to get through the war. That was kind of why you love John Wayne. He was going to get through no matter what.
I don't know. See, that was part of the studios, if you think about it. If you think about, I mean, Robert Taylor dies in Baton, you know. Gary Cooper dies in For Whom the Bell Tolls. All the guys die in that Zanuck picture about the Japanese capturing the fighter.
The Purple Heart?
The Purple Heart. Everybody dies,
right.
You know. They weren't trying to tell the audience at home that this wasn't painful, that the cost was not astonishingly high. They couldn't show us how ugly the deaths were because nobody wanted to see that. There was a very strong censorship code in effect at that point, and you don't want to send children and mothers screaming, running up the aisles. But they did try to give the moral weight to men dying in battle, you know. In all honesty, and in fact, the films of the World War II, it seems to me, are suffused with this kind of sense of loss. Whether even home front films like The Human Comedy, or Since You Went Away.
Van Johnson died. Human Comedy.
And Since You Went Away.
Robert Walker.
Where Robert Walker dies. I mean, it's in these deaths.
Maybe that was also to keep it from being so painful for those who did live. People that in the people in the movies did die too, so it kind of cushions you for death being part of the picture with war.
But it's always couched. Nobody dies from accidentally stepping on a mine. You know, nobody dies stupidly. Nobody dies from friendly fire. In World War II movies, you die a noble death at the hands of the enemy. You know,
it was less noble after the war.
Yes, considerably.
Yeah. So moving on, Scott and I are saying goodbye right now, but we'll both be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with more John Wayne goodies to discuss and to see. Coming right up next on TCM, it's John Wayne in a 1945 film all about the U.S. Army's fight to keep the Philippines under control in World War II. This time, the Duke is working with Anthony Quinn and director Edward Dmytryk.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Star of the Month John Wayne is the Duke of Death in Edward Dmytryk's Back to Bataan. Then Wayne prepares to capture the enemy in the Green Berets, and Joan Crawford helps downed airman John in Reunion in France.
Step inside the